Hey, today I'm going to be talking to you about the concept of an enterprise security stack. And so just to give you a little bit of context of where this came from is, I feel like the OSI model is essentially a network stack. We have the, cloud, whether it's, even data centers, but infrastructure, private clouds, infrastructure service platform as a service, SaaS as a service stack, even a modern analytics or data analytics stack. But when it came to the enterprise security stack, I really couldn't find any sort of like all-encompassing, like here are the main categories that an enterprise would use in their tool chest. So today we're going to talk about 5 things real quick, right? So number one, how the enterprise security stack is defined, or at least how it's defined by myself. Functions of the NIST cybersecurity framework, because it's, I think it's a relevant framework when it comes to technology. Security category definitions, what each category actually protects in the enterprise to kind of make it real, and then a representative list of vendors in each category, because I think you'd be surprised how many companies you already know of. So I'm gonna cover the technology stack, air quotes, but or really vendor security categories from the top analysts. So these are things that can be found in most enterprises. It won't be 100% comprehensive. Nothing ever is. The landscape's always changing. But I do welcome the feedback on areas that you think should be included or refuted if you think I got it wrong. So I found 8 major categories of the security technology stack. It includes here on the left, right? So email security, endpoint detection response, identity, web application, API protection, cloud native application protection platform, secure access, secure edge, security operations, and data protection. Before we kind of get into the definition of those, the cybersecurity framework by NIST, second edition, has 6 different security functions. And think of these as kind of the people and process that comes into an organization, not the technology. And so it's, of the 6, I thought there were 4 that are relevant: protect, detect, respond, and recover. I left out identity and govern. And so protect, using the safeguards to prevent or reduce the cybersecurity risks; detect, find and analyze possible cybersecurity attacks; responding, taking action to a detected incident; and then recovering, so restoring the assets and the operations that were impacted by the cybersecurity incident. So now we're on our third. So the category definition, which I ran through briefly earlier, but email security, ransomware, spam, phishing attacks, endpoint detection response. Managed detection response is essentially kind of a managed EDR, if you will, for your endpoints, laptops, mobile servers, and likewise identity. Fairly self-explanatory: identity access management. Web application, WAP is what they call it, but web application API. So it's actually web application firewall, API security, bot defense, and DDoS. CNAPP, cloud native application protection platforms, which I would say kind of are the enablers for DevSecOps, or security development, security operations. Then this is the mouthful of the security, secure access, secure edge, of just a Gartner mashup of network firewall, zero trust, cloud access security brokers, secure web gateway, and SD-WAN. But just think kind of network security for lack of a better encompassing tool. SecOps, so I put this as kind of security operations. So this is where your SIM, your SOAR, your threat intelligence platform, and your extended detection response platforms would live. And then lastly, data encryption, SSL, backup, archive, things like that, and recover, obviously. So what are the things they're protecting? So email security, your employees have email, you're protecting them from malware and phishing attacks. EDR, like I said, laptops, mobile devices, and servers. Identities, SSO. WAP is, think of any public application or APIs that are doing transactions that have revenue tied to it. So like an e-commerce. CNAPP, again, this is kind of what supports the DevSecOps. SASE, think secure internet and network access. SecOps, security operations, is just the ability to monitor, perform root cause analysis, and then be able to remediate. And then data protection is, protecting your data at rest and in transit, and then recovering from that. So kind of rounding out the 5th area. So, some representative vendors, feel free to pause the video. These are fairly self-explanatory. I try not to use anybody more than once. I tried to do it alphabetically, so I wasn't showing, favored anybody, but the big thing here is I just wanted you to be able to recognize some of them. So I know there's some great startups out in the same space. These are by no means the comprehensive list. And so closing out, in summary, I think, a technology stack by itself doesn't do anything, right? So there's people, process, and technology. So this is mainly about technology, but for the people and process, you got protect, detect, respond, and recover. Excuse me. NIST cybersecurity framework. Essentially, the enterprise tech stack comprises 8 categories, and with each category, vendors and then the security professionals will execute the functions that are listed in this above in the cybersecurity framework. So hope that was helpful. Please comment below if you agree, disagree, or would like to deep dive on any of these categories. Thanks, and talk to you next time.